Welcome to Resilient People podcast. My name is Mara, and what I like the most is to talk to people, learn with them, and get inspired by their own stories. This podcast is about people who, as every single one in this life, have faced some difficulties and got the strength to overcome them and be an inspiration for us. Stay tuned and feel empowered with these inspirational stories. Fabio Ferreira is our second guest. Originally from Portugal, he moved to the UK in 2012. The beginning of his life in London was very difficult. The loneliness and the sadness led him to start a food addiction, reaching 230 kilos in February 2023. After being told by a doctor that he would have only 1 or 2 years to live, he decided to change his life. Listen to this episode to find out how he managed to become healthy again. Hi everyone, welcome to Resilient People podcast. Today here with me I have Fabio Ferreira. Hi Fabio.
Hello, Mara, how are you?
Good, thank you. Fabio, could you present yourself to the people out there?
Yeah, hello. My name is Fabio. I'm 35 years old. I'm a Portuguese person that is in England since 2012. And I've been in a fight with weight for my life, basically, but in the last 10 years especially.
Could you please tell us how your move to England and UK impact your health?
Yeah, so basically when I was in Portugal, obviously my life, I had friends, everything, and I was very active. So getting out a lot, playing football, having runs with friends, everything. Coming to England was a very hard moment for me. Obviously, I came to a country that is very, very different from our culture. Obviously, there is most of the time is gray. There is no sunshine most of the days. So obviously starting in a cleaning environment as well, working just 2 hours each morning, made me stay at home most of the time, not doing any exercise, don't do any activities out of being home and working. And it started putting weight on me, so I started gaining weight day by day, obviously without being able to see it, because it's a process that it takes so long you don't realize. But obviously after 10 years was the huge impact on me.
Was the loneliness one of the causes or the main cause?
I think was a mixture of many things. So my grandmother passed away 1 month before I left Portugal. I was raised with my grandmother, so my parents, they worked a lot, and that affected me a lot. So coming to England didn't help. Obviously, like I said, leave everything, everyone. I was very active, very social, lot of friends, and yeah, coming here, the loneliness made me start having like a bit of just being with myself, not engaging with anyone or trying to do any other thing apart of work and being at home.
And did you realize during these past years that you were gaining weight, or at the beginning you just were eating without realizing that your body was growing?
No, you being honest with you, you don't actually realize, because it's a slow process, even if when it comes to 10 years and it comes to hundreds of kilos, but day by day you don't realize. And because it's your normal day, you do your routine, you don't actually realize that you are putting on weight. And things that start getting harder for you to do, you just think, oh, it's because I'm older, or it's because I'm not that much active. But it's not. It's your body that is telling you that you are too big, you are not healthy anymore. But you don't realize, because like I said, it's a slow process. And you start eating a cheeseburger, then the next time you start eating 2 cheeseburgers, and then you add more and more stuff. And when you come after a long period of time, you are having 5 meals in one, and you don't realize, because for you it's normal. Yes, it's normal.
And you just feel satisfied.
That's the thing. You will never feel satisfied after that, because what happens is at the beginning 1 cheeseburger it's enough for you, but then your brain starts seeing food and you want it. Doesn't matter if you need it or not, doesn't matter if you are full or not, doesn't matter whatever your body tells you. Your brain just say, oh, there is food in the table, let's have it, because you don't want to dispose it. Just let's have it until it ends. Even if then you are passing very bad and you are still in a lot of pain, you don't care, because you see food, you want the food, something that you have to fight a lot, especially on the second process that is the lost weight. You have to fight a lot because your brain is still
Asking you to be
yes,
fit.
yes,
So mainly during these 10 years,
Yeah.
the quantity of food you were eating just increased like stupidly. Like,
yes. So I started, for example, with a pack of ribs, let's say fast food. So a meal, 4 ribs. That was enough for me at the beginning. Then you have 2 packs of ribs. Then you have ribs, fries, and Coke. Then you have an apple pie in the end or something like that. So some sweet in the end. And then it's not even enough. You need something else. And you have wings as well. So you start increasing. But for you, it's normal, isn't it? Because you think, it's just 1 piece more or 2 pieces more. But it's today. But in 5 months, that 2 pieces will be 5, will be 6. So you don't realize because, like I said, it's a very, very slow process. You buy trousers today with size 48, tomorrow 50, but because it's 1, 2 months in between time, you don't realize, well, it's just 2 sizes. But when you come to the end, and you think, wow, that's a big size for me at the moment.
So what was your maximum weight and when was it?
So in 2023, when I went back to Portugal just for normal routine check, I was with 230 kilos.
At which age? Just for the people
34,
to be aware.
yeah. So 34, I was with 230 kilos. So I was always a bit chubby. I was not a skinny boy, never. But I was never that fat. So I was obviously a bit overweight, but I was very healthy all my life. I was playing football, doing karate, doing judo, all these kind of activities, running with friends on the weekends, playing all these kind of activities. But obviously, since I came to England and I stopped everything, so it was like a mix of many things. Like I said, being lonely, different country, my grandmother passed away, then food is the
Many sadness episodes.
exactly.
That
So
food
food is what
impacts.
is your refugee basically. You just get refugee on food and then you go. And when you are under 230 kilos, you don't realize. Even if now I think I remember when I was going up the stairs, I was so tired. When I walked from the station home, going home, I was so tired. I was sweating. I don't sweat anymore, but I was sweating. I now go up the hill and I feel very
Normal.
well when I get up there. But before, halfway through, I was feeling pains in my legs, pain in my chest, all these kind of things. And I was very lucky with the doctor that I found in Portugal, being honest with you.
So what was the turning point?
So the turning point was me going to a normal routine check with the doctor, and he said to me that on his view, 2 years is my life expectancy at that time. So he said to me, Fabio, if you can get there, 2 years is the maximum I can see
You're gonna
you are
die.
living, you're
That's
gonna
it.
die. And obviously I have 2 kids, 2 young boys. So I was thinking, well, that's not what I want. Even sometimes more than thinking about you is having someone to care. So I was thinking, even more than me, if I die, what's going to happen with my kids? What's going to happen with my wife? She going to be alone? How's she going to support both kids? So all that together made me want to change. So at that point, I said to the doctor, yes, let's do something instead. Okay, you need the surgery, and the urgent is not something we can wait a long time. Said, okay, let's do it now. And he said, you can't have it. So you said to me that I need surgery, and now I can't do it. Yes, because you don't gonna be able to go through a surgery.
You will
You're
not
gonna
survive.
die.
You
You're
will
gonna
not
die.
survive. Yeah.
So your lungs will stop working. So we'll need to put a machine on you, and we don't know if you come back ever. So asking what is the solution, then you need to have a solution for me. So I had a balloon, a gastric balloon. So in 13th of February 2023, I put a balloon, and they expected me to lose around 40, 50 kilos. And then
Only with the balloon or
Only
also
with
with
the balloon.
exercise?
only with the balloon at the beginning, so the first 2 months, and then I had to introduce exercise, so my heart started pumping and getting these feet. So when we came to August, 6 months later, roughly October, when we come to August, October, I was 60 kilos less. So in 6 months, I lost 60 kilos.
What was the sensation?
It was great. You know why? Because for the first time in my life, and this can look very bad for some people, but for me, I was proud. For the first time in my life, I went to a shop and I could buy clothes without have to go to the internet, to Google, and find those extra large clothes shops where you buy them just specifically for people overweight.
Yeah.
So for the first time in my life, in 34 years, I was able to went to a shop and buy clothes that some people, or for most people, it's something normal, isn't it? You go to Marks and Spencer, you go to us, you go wherever you go, and you buy
You
clothes.
just
You
buy,
find some
yeah.
people, it's beautiful. Just let's check my size. I couldn't do that because I was on 7XL on tops.
7XL.
7XL was my biggest top size, and I was on 70 on trousers.
Wow.
So that is the kind of sizes you don't find anywhere. You can't find it. I would have to search online by even if I need a suit, I would have to bring it from China or something like
Yeah.
that because they have to be color made because no one
Could
go
do it.
them that kind of sizes. So no one cares if people want those kind of sizes because it's not a huge market. So it's
Yeah,
very
obviously.
specific.
So after the balloon, the 6 months, what was the process?
So then the process was I went back to Portugal. I got the balloon removed, all very successful. And then I went back to England where I had my surgery done. So here in England, I got the surgery done in a private healthcare, private hospital. And it was actually very, very good. I went through surgery with 166 kilos. So as you can see, it was a bit less.
Yeah.
And 30 hours I was in the hospital because they
That
said
was very good.
you are recovering very well. Everything is going very. I think they said to me the process that I did before was very helpful because my recovery was easy, was fast, and I could just come home the day after the surgery straight away at 4 p.m.
And which
without
kind of
problems.
surgery have they done to you?
So I did the gastric bypass. So basically, they cut the top of your stomach, they move your stomach to the side, they pull your bowels up. So basically, your first meter of your bowel doesn't work, just gets to the side as well with the stomach, and they connect your esophagus with your second meter of the bowel. So basically, all the food goes straight away to the second meter because there is less absorption. There is less absorption on the second meter. And then the gastric juices and all the things that your stomach needs to produce for your digestion just goes and they find together on the second meter. So basically, when I have a chocolate now or when I have a cheeseburger or something, I only absorb 20% of whatever is there. If it's nutrients or if it's fat, if it's sugar, if it's salt, 20% is everything what I absorb. Yeah. So that's the most radical one. But in my situation, because I was just 34 years old and because I was in that such condition, they said that's the best for you. Because if we do another one, you might regain your weight again. So let's go for this one. You are better in terms of health conditions now, so we think you can do it. So this is what I did. I did a gastric bypass. Yes.
And so basically, in one year, you lost 100 kilos.
Basically, yes. So we are now 200. We are now 16 months, and I've lost 126 kilos.
Do you recognize yourself when you see the pictures from the past?
No, that's something that is strange. My wife said exactly the same to me. My uncle, I don't see my uncle very often because he's still in Portugal. And he saw me a couple months ago and he was saying to me, you know what, I lived with you all my life. If I go past through you on the streets, I will leave and say hello to you. It's so strange. But myself, I see myself every single day. So once again, I don't see the difference in terms of myself. I remember I was this fat and now I'm that small. Now I don't see that difference. But when I look to the pictures from 1 year ago, I don't recognize the person on those pictures. I say it wasn't me. It's impossible. I know I took those pictures. I know it was me because it was me. But I look at them. I say, no, that's not me. And my wife, we were doing comparison between pictures. For example, December 22 and 23. And she was saying, I wouldn't ever say that's the same person. And I don't remember you being like that. No one can remember that. My parents, my mom, I went to the airport to pick up my mom. And funny enough, my mom was not recognizing me. She only saw me because of the car. She recognized the car. Otherwise, she said, I couldn't even recognize when she was like 4 months without seeing me. So all those small wins, if we can call it like that, like the clothes, like walking, like all these small things is what gives you the motivation that you need. Playing with your kids. So my oldest boy is now learning how to ride a bike without the side wheels. Being able to help him run side with him, all this kind of small things is obviously a big part of my motivation at the moment, yes.
And what was the first thing you did when you felt like I can move again, I can run again, I feel healthy? What was the first thing?
So I did many things, being honest with you. So obviously start with the clothes that I know is not very consensual, but clothes
No,
was
but
the first
obviously,
thing.
looking back at what you have been through is a
Yes.
big thing.
So clothes was the first thing I started spending a lot of money, and running on a gym. Even when the doctor said to me, "You have to wait, you need to be patient," you can't, because when you feel that freedom, when you think, when I went to the gym the first day back in 2023 with the balloon, I was walking 3-4 minutes. I was sweating so much. I was so tired. I had someone with me, a personal trainer, who was helping me a lot, and he saw on my face I was so red. I was, it was so hard for me. And now being able to start running, I can run now 4 5 minutes, 18 degrees of inclination. Being able to do football, I started to play football again three weeks ago. Being able to participate in all the activities, it's so all those kind of things I wanted to be part of them again. So start playing golf with my brother-in-law. So even myself, without realizing, I start engaging more with people. I start going with my brother-in-law to play golf.
Your self-esteem increased.
Yes. So we are now leaving home many times. Now I take my wife to the shopping. If she's off a Saturday or Sunday, which we are lucky for that, I just take her to the shopping, take the kids to the shopping. I would like to walk on the shoppings because now I like to look at the store because I might find something that I want or that I can buy or that so it's a life-changing, not only personal, but in terms of your environment, your house, all
family-wise,
everything. Everyone gets much better. It's life-changing.
And just for the people to understand, can you eat everything? Do you do your normal meals? What is the process after?
So the process, starting from the beginning, obviously at the beginning you have to start before the surgery with a liquid diet. So you have to do the liver shrink because obviously one thing with fat people is the liver, it gets too fat. Mm-hmm. So I had to do a liquid diet. Then you do the surgery. Then you keep on liquids for a couple of days. Then you go to mashed. So mashed potatoes, everything needs to be mashed. And then when it comes to the 4th month, you are allowed to have whatever you want. Okay. And the reason why I think this surgery is very good is even if you try to be naughty because you love the food more today than the other days, you can't. There is no way.
No space.
There is no space, and you feel so bad that you end up chewing. So there is no way you can do it. So there is no restrictions. I have to take a vitamin B12 injection every 3 months, and I take some pills in the morning because, like I said.
And why is that the B12?
Because, like I was saying in the beginning, there is no absorption. So obviously I only absorb 20%. So I have to take calcium tablets, and I take some multivitaminics that probably I will take for my life. The doctors say can change, but it's rare. But you have to take it because the same way you will absorb the sugars and all the fats, you don't
do the good nutrients
so
as well.
That's the reason why. But it's so easy because even in England, one of the good things is the health system. So every 3 months the GP books a job for me. I go take the injection. It's done for another 3 months. And the pills, I just buy them from any shop where I go and buy my food. I just buy the supplements as well. Yeah.
Okay. Did your kids recognize you now?
So
not actually the family as adults because they understand the process, but the kids.
So they obviously at the beginning they asked my wife why I was, because I obviously it's very hard at the beginning when you have the liquid diet, so you feel weak. Obviously you don't have the same energy. So they were a bit concerned about my health. So we explained them that obviously my state was not what a normal person should be. So we explained that I had the surgery and everything, and they are much happier because now I can play football with them. Now I can go to the park with them, and I take them to the park very often. And they obviously get to the shopping many times now because before we were getting home, but now we are going to the shopping very often. So yes, they are very happy because I engage much more with them. Even yesterday I went home after work and I spent like an hour playing football with them outside in the garden.
That's something that was like impossible.
It was very, very hard. Probably if I do that after 10 minutes, I would be sweating. After 10 minutes, I would be tired. Yeah. And the thing is, because you're going to get tired, you're going to get sweating. Most of the time, you don't want to do it. You just don't start it because the end processing is 5 minutes later and it's bad for you. Then you're going to get pain in your legs or whatever. So you just try to not do it because people around you, they're going to notice, and people, oh, you are tired. Maybe see.
Did you felt judged by the people when you were 200 kilos?
Yes, always.
Do you think this is one of the big things that put us down, like low self-esteem? Because
Yes.
obviously you were not feeling well with yourself, and the opinion of the people around. Did you feel judged?
Yes, all the time. I couldn't go to a shopping center without people looking at me and making comments, even if not directly to me, but you can see people looking at you, looking to the person next to them and making
whispering
comments.
something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kids, unfortunately, is what it is, but kids, they are very naughty, they don't have those filters that we adults learn. So they normally make comments, they point at you, for example, going to a McDonald's, because obviously it's a fast food chain, go to McDonald's and sit, and the kids pointing at you, and the parents sometimes say to the kids, "This is what happen if you eat lots of cheeseburgers." You see?
Really?
So,
Did you
yes,
hear
yes, I
that?
heard that. I went to holidays with my wife, and we experienced that in a restaurant. My wife was actually upset for the first time. She was actually upset with us. Said, "Oh, don't worry with them." But she was actually upset. It was two girls, maybe 17, maybe 18.
Mhm.
They were just sitting in front of us, and we could hear them saying, "Oh, this will happen when you come to McDonald's." But I can tell you, most of the time, this is related with the health issues. So, for
Mhm.
example, thyroid. Lots
Yes,
of
of
people,
course.
they are not fat just because they eat a lot. This is a condition that comes from another condition. So, thyroid being low, other kind of problems.
No, mental issues as well. That's
Mental issues, yes.
one of the main points that you are sharing with us today is this: you were not in a good moment in your
Yes.
life when these
Yes.
things started to grow. Yeah, you were feeling sad, you were feeling lonely. I mean,
Yeah.
there is a lot of things that can impact you.
There is a lot, yes. But people, if they don't go through something similar, they don't know. I think people normally learn how to be nice, and they learn how to do not judge others when they go through the similar experience. But when they don't know what it is to be like that, you go to any place in the internet and you listen to people, "Oh, you are fat because you want to eat." It's not something like that. I was eating a lot, yes, I was. But like you said, it was probably just a mix of different things,
Of
coming to
course.
England, being alone from my parents, from my grandmother, all
Being
these
depressed.
situations, being depressed. I was security guard coming to cleaning, because everyone has this kind of appreciation that cleaning is the worst thing in the world, it's the lowest
Mhm.
job in the world. So all these kind of things, even myself when I started, I was like that. So all this together, yes, probably was the biggest impact.
And what is your message for the people out there?
So what I can say to everyone is, if you are in a similar situation as I was, and I still, just look for help. There is a lot of help, and try to find a reason for you to stick to the plan. So was my kids my reason, my biggest reason. Everyone probably will have a reason. If there is no kids, something that they want to accomplish, just find something that gonna keep them on track and stick to it, because the outcoming now, it's wonderful, and the recognition, it's actually wonderful as well. So the fact that everyone that knows you have not seen you from 1 year and now saying, "Oh, sorry, I just heard your voice," like happened in one of our company parties, that I was talking with someone and the person was not even replying to me, and then I turned my back and the person said, "Oh, so it's Fabio." I said, "Yes." "Oh, sorry, I just recognized you by your voice. I couldn't actually understand that was you. Sorry." I said, "No, that's fine." So all that, it's so amazing. It brings you to a state of mind that says, "I did it. I'm doing well. I just need to keep it." And obviously, family is a big support. Obviously, my wife was great support for me. My parents, my in-laws, everyone that was around me was such a big support. So this is very important, when the environment around you helps you, support you. And it's not easy when you stop sugar and you have to tell other people they can't have sugar at home as well. So if they bring ice cream or something, I start shouting on them, "Don't bring these things inside." So it's hard for them. So you need a big support from your family as well.
Thank you, Fabio.
No,
Very
my
nice.
pleasure.
Very nice conversation. Thank you, everyone, for listening to us today. Thank you, Fabio, for being here,
Pleasure.
following ourselves on YouTube, Facebook, Spotify. We are in all of these social media. Thank you. Bye.